Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Man, oh man, you know things are bad when a reporter is trying to force Canelo Alvarez's trainer into saying something that's not true, and no matter how hard the reporter tries, Canelo Alvarez's trainer refuses to agree with him. So let me go ahead and read the exact transcript of what took place. This was a Spanish reporter, and this is the exact translation of what the Mexican reporter said to Eddie Reynoso in Spanish. So a reporter, he says, Eddie, lately in the pound-for-pound rankings, Canelo was demoted to number 5. Why do you think they have demoted him that low? And Eddie simply says, because he lost his last fight. If he would have won, he still would have been pound-for-pound the best. I believe that it doesn't matter as long as we're in between number 2 and number 10. So if we're not at number 1, we're still on the list of the best. I believe that if he would have won his last fight, he would have sustained himself at number 1. You have to keep winning to continue to climb. So after Eddie Reynoso completely explains the situation, why Canelo Alvarez is not considered the best fighter in the whole wide world, another reporter, he jumps in and he doesn't even ask a question. He just tries to force his agenda on Eddie Reynoso. And this is what he says to Eddie. He says with all the fights he's won in the past, it's enough to be able to continue at number 1. He didn't even bother to put it in the form of a question. And Eddie, he says, well, I think after a defeat, he cannot be number 1. He, and I believe and have always said, has been among the best boxers and on the pound for pound. You have to stay a winner. That is without a doubt. He lost the fight, so logically, they are going to lower him from the classification. End quote. You see, guys, the reporter knows that everything Eddie Reynoso said made logical sense. But the reporter, he wanted Eddie Reynoso to stay on code. And he was actually surprised that Eddie Reynoso went off code. That's why he was basically trying to check Reynoso by saying, hey, man, watch what you say. Because you're going off code right now. You know what you're supposed to say. It don't matter how many times Canelo Alvarez loses. He's the best fighter in the world. And Reynoso, he wasn't having it. He said, I'm not going to sit over here and stay on code just to make you feel better. I'm going to tell it like it is. I'm going to speak the truth. This had to enrage this Mexican reporter. And the funny thing is, it's the reporter's fault that Eddie Reynoso was forced to come out and explain that logic of how it works when you lose in a sport. He was so desperate to push this biased narrative that his agenda blew up in his face. Like I said, reporters that say things like this, they know these things that they say are not true. Because if that reporter truly believed Canelo Alvarez was pound for pound the best fighter in the world, he would have been asking Eddie Reynoso, when are you guys going to fight David Benavidez at 168, since you're pound for pound the best fighter in the world? He would have asked him, when are you going to take on the Jamal Charlo fight? When are you going to take on the Demetrius Andrade fight? Because these are the type of questions when you're talking to someone that you believe is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. You think this reporter asked Canelo any of those questions? Of course he didn't, because he doesn't want to see Canelo Alvarez in any tough fights. Because he feels there is a very good chance that if Canelo gets in the ring with any of those guys, he will end up losing a third time, at least officially a third time. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. So to get this hookup, make sure you follow and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo de Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodekey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.